All right, I'm here with sourcebmx.com. We're in Philadelphia with New Jersey street legend Chase Dehart. Today we're going to take a look at the latest version of his Cult signature frame. All right, Chase, so we've got the latest version of your Cult frame here. So what's different about this one, and what is this bike overall designed for?
All right, so what's different about this one from the last one would be a little bit of a lower bottom bracket, a little bit of a shorter rear end.
Okay, so that lower bottom bracket kind of gives you a more stable base. The shorter back end makes it whippier, snappier.
Yeah, exactly.
Quicker spins. What is this bike in general meant to ride? What does it encompass?
It's kind of meant for a little bit of everything. I definitely don't like too short of a bike. I don't like too long of a bike. And I've honestly kept my bike the same since, I would say 2006, maybe even 2005. It's definitely just like an all-around bike. I honestly could go ride some dirt jumps or something and feel stable, and then I can go do a hop 360 and feel completely maneuverable.
Yeah, like you mess around on parks, you mess around the streets, like you said, even sometimes I bet most people wouldn't know you even dabble in dirt jumps. So I see the back check sticker on your signature Cult frame. Is this bike called the back check? Is it called the Dehart? What is back check? Break it down for us.
This is the Dehart frame. This is my frame, but it's the back check version as we collabed up with Cult. And back check is just something I started for me and my friends just to keep busy, keep filming, keep riding. And we do got a little video coming out within the next week or two.
Okay.
So keep a lookout for that.
So you heard it here first. Be on the lookout for the back check video. You've got the Cult Sect fork on here. Why the 28mm offset? Break down your forks for us.
The 28mm would be just, that's what I'm used to. I just like, yeah, it's just good for all around. For me anyway, I don't do too many nose manuals or anything like that.
Yeah,
So. Too old, but yeah. If there's like an age limit for those, I'm pretty sure past that.
All right, Chase, you got the Cult crew bars on this. I know you're specific about the width and about the position. Break it all down.
So I got the crew 9-inch bars. I cut them down to 27 inches, and I like them in line with my forks and a touch forward. And to me, that's like incredibly important for some reason. They're just like, if they're any bit forward or any bit back, I could tell you immediately.
Well, what about the grips here? You got your signature Primo Dehart grips.
Yes.
What's up with those? They feel nice.
Not good.
Cozy, I gotta admit.
Hey, listen, you've had some good grips on it over the years, you know. They're hard to come by. This is a good, I'll honestly say this is a good grip. Yeah, Rich helped me design these, and I couldn't be happier with them. Like honestly, like I'm notorious for not riding my signature grips, so I will say that this is like one of the best grips that I've ever ridden.
You've got your signature Cult stem, the Redemption. Is that a key element in keeping your bars in the position you want them or at the angle that you'd like? Explain this stem.
Yeah, so the stem came about because I was always riding a front load stem, and top load stems were obviously becoming popular in like 2017 or so. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And I got offered to do the stem, but basically it mimics a front load. There's no rise to it. It's pretty much flat across.
So I think this design is really interesting, and I think it shows that it's like truly a signature product. It was a need that you needed and wanted, and you worked with the brand to help get that done. I think that's cool. It's not just like popping your name on something with a colorway or something. This is really something you wanted and needed.
Thank you. Yeah, it was. It just like, yeah, I was very specific and didn't want it to be raised too high and keeping the feel of a front load, and it gave it that for sure.
All right, Chase, let's talk about your drivetrain. You got the Stevie Churchill Primo cranks. You've got the DAC guarded sprocket. Both of these riders, both of these products can take a lot of abuse. Break it down.
100%. That's definitely why I chose the cranks. I was like, if Stevie was riding them, they're holding up. Yeah, if you can trust them, they're holding up. And honestly,
off of mountains.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was like, that's good with me. They feel great. They do the job. The sprocket, the guard sprocket's new to me, but I love it because I do a lot of pedal grinds and stuff, and I never thought about using a sprocket guard, and I like it. Definitely, I can notice it for sure. And yeah, it's definitely been an upgrade to what I like to do.
All right, Chase, you've got the Cult, the Coda Roche signature plastic pedal on this thing. I heard there's some pretty special things about it. Explain it to us.
They got a nice platform, nice and big, and I do know that they worked on the Vans waffle sole, connecting to the pedal, the pin placement. If you wear a Vans waffle sole and you ride these pedals, it's gonna feel noticeably, comfortable.
You've got the Primo wheel set up, you've got the balance rims with the remix cassette hub. One of the things I think is really interesting about these wheels is you can buy them as a complete setup, hub guards and all. So these things are really ready to go straight out of the box, and as we see, they're exactly what the pros are riding.
100% these just come as they are. They come with the hub guards. They even come with the drive side guard if you run 4 pegs. They come ready to go. I obviously still run a cassette. I just love the feel of a cassette. It's what I know. It's just, I love the sound. I love the pedal pressure, and I love to back pedal when I roll out. It's just what I'm into. And this is the most solid cassette I've probably ever had. These wheels honestly could last me as long as I'd like. No complaints there at all.
Chase Dehart is running 2 metal pegs on this machine. They are the back check pegs. So why don't you explain what's this collaboration with back check? Why do you still choose to run metal? Do you ever dabble in plastic pegs?
I was fortunate enough that Robbie was willing to make some pegs for me, knowing I just prefer metal pegs, and basically just looked me out to put the back check logo on them, and super appreciative. The reason for metal pegs is just like the feeling is just what I'm used to for so long. I've rode plastic pegs for like a week one time, and I just like couldn't get into it, especially for ice picks and stuff. Like, you'd think that maybe I'd like it to slide better, but it's just like I'm so used to the drag and so used to trying harder in an ice pick, and it's just where I'm at with grinding and stuff. Like, I'd just much rather have metal pegs.
Let's talk about your signature Dehart cult tires. What was important to you when designing a tire? You also talked about the pressure you run being very important.
As far as design goes, I just wanted a solid street tire. I grew up riding like the Animal GLH tire, the Primo V Monster. So I want to say that this is kind of like a mixture of all that. Neil Wood helped me design it and did a great job of pretty much making the perfect tire for me anyway. It doesn't slide on wall rides. It's always grippy, no matter how much it wears out. And it's lightweight, but not too light. And yeah, I couldn't be more happy with it.
So what about the pressure? You said you're very specific about the PSI you run in your tires.
Yeah, PSI wise, definitely no lower than like 55, 50, and definitely no higher than like 65.
I think the 55 to 65 is truly like an all-around rider's pressure though. You know, it's still soft enough for the streets, but like hard enough to rip a bowl corner if you need to. Yeah. You know, you see some guys running them really soggy, and then the park guys are at like 100 PSI. So really like an all-around pressure.
It's like a balance, especially with the stiffness of these tires. Like 65 feels solid. It's not rolling over on you. Sometimes you watch a dude manual and you can see his tire just flexing. Yeah, you're just like, wait, not a good look.
I want to thank Chase Dehart for talking to us about his bike today. Go on the bike builder page, sourcebmx.com. You can see exactly what parts he's riding, what's available, and how much it's going to set you back. sourcebmx.com.